Happy Tuesday. Hey, everybody. Come on in here. So today we have Danielle Goodwin with the Taste Juice Bar here in Las Vegas. I'm not going to give y'all too much because that's a whole part of the thing. That's a whole part of Pitch Perfect Live. But in the meantime, tell me how your day was. My day was pretty productive. I spent a lot of time in my new community, which is called the Green Room. And it is specifically created for entrepreneurs, for business leaders, and for micro entrepreneurs who want to practice and kind of think out loud before they get on stage and before they, sell online and all the things. So I have new members that are joining. It's free right now. So if you haven't joined yet, make sure you go do that. You can find it in on my bio, the link in my bio. And, oh, Danielle's here. Okay. Welcome to Pitch Perfect Live. So I told everybody just a little bit about the Taste Juice Bar. Mm-hmm. But what house rules, what we do is you will explain what the Taste Juice Bar is. I did tell everybody that you are based here in Las Vegas. So if anybody is local, we will tell everybody at the end where they can reach you. But then after you do that, we are going to set this timer for 30 minutes. We're going to go for 30 minutes. And I've got your application up here. Again, guys, if you want to be on Pitch Perfect Live, just fill out an application. It's free. And we're already booking into January 2026. So come on and join us. But then we're going to do 30 minutes. And we're going to get a transformation out of this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. All right. So Danielle, tell us about the Taste Juice Bar.
Okay, so Taste Juice Bar is currently a natural cold pressed juice brand that I created for women in particular. It's the first juice brand that focuses on women's health, and it was designed specifically for women.
Okay, that's very interesting. So cold pressed juice specifically designed for women. I see in here that you specifically said, your target audience are women ages 28 to 48 that are looking to either combat deficiencies like nutrients deficiencies or, things that are contributing to painful periods, menstrual issues, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So also symptoms. Okay. Symptoms of dealing with perimenopause, menopause, that type of thing. Most of the ailments that we deal with specifically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you have a uterus, this is for you.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I'm taking copious notes, by the way. So
okay, no problem.
Don't mind me. Okay. All right. So this is very interesting. So how long have you been in business?
I have been in business since 2021.
Okay. So since 2021. Oh, you're already getting hearts and all the things. That's what I'm supposed to do. They give you hearts and likes and all the things. So since 2021, and how did you come up with this? How did this come about?
I'm a former teacher, and at the kind of like the end before I transitioned out of the classroom, I was dealing with some health issues. And I really needed a way to get my health back on track. I was eating terribly. I was in a drive-through maybe 3 times a week. And so juicing kind of became a way to get my nutrients in, without really overextending myself or trying to, do too much, especially being in a classroom all day. I started buying store-bought juice.
Okay.
And if anybody knows anything about store-bought juice, it is not very good. There's a couple brands here and there that might be okay. But when you start getting into the brands that are good, they kind of compromise.
Like on health. What's in it?
Yeah, they compromise health for taste. So they'll have sugar, lots of sugar.
Yep.
So some
And
of
we
the brands
are
like,
we Americans are addicted to sugar.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're drinking a juice brand and you're like, oh, this is really good, then you'll look at the nutritional
like,
label,
40
and
grams
it'll be
of
like
sugar.
52 grams of sugar. And I'm like,
52.
52 grams of sugar. And
Okay.
some of those juices have more sugar than, say, a Snickers bar.
Wow.
Um,
That's supposed to be healthy.
exactly.
That is fascinating. Okay.
Now, if it's 52 grams of natural fruit sugar, that's different.
Okay,
The
but
body,
the added sugars is
right? The added sugars,
okay.
because they're compromising, because they want it to taste good. They want you to get addicted to it, much
Of
like
course.
everything else.
Right.
And so, some of them will start adding sugars into it. Fruit sugar is different. Your body processes it differently.
Okay.
It doesn't have to work as hard to process fruit sugar. So if it was just pure fruit sugar, we wouldn't have a problem.
Got it. Oh, look at me. I did not start my watch, y'all. So we got a whole 30 minutes now. Okay. So as I was looking on your Instagram, I see these supplements on there about women's health, but I don't necessarily see, and even on your website, it's not super prominent that this is like specifically for women. So is this something new that you want to get into, or it's always been like this?
It's always been that way. I realize that, having to work within the business, sometimes the messaging gets a little mixed up, because I'm just out there, meeting people, talking to people, trying to get the brand out there and things like that. So I realize I'm not always able to focus the messaging, like I'm posting on Instagram mostly out of obligation right now.
Understood.
So it's the messaging is not very focused. I do realize that.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what but that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to do today. All right. So, I love, just right out the bat, what you said was this is a natural cold pressed juice brand that's specific for women's health. And you have a direct story to this. You said you were a teacher. You were doing the whole fast food thing, and how many women can't already, like, busy working women, find themselves, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna just go get, this fast food here or whatever. It's late, I'm tired, I gotta go home and grade. So they already know that feeling. So you already have a strong story there. Have you ever started with that story?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And how does that work out for you?
That's essentially how I, got into juicing and selling juices. After, my health started declining and I started juicing, like my coworkers would ask me about my juices. And so I really started in teacher wellness, because I realized that, it's really, really hard to be healthy in a classroom. If you've ever taught, you're literally in one spot for majority of the day, and you maybe get out for 30 minutes, sometimes maybe a portion of your prep. And so you really have to have everything at a convenience. You have to have it with you. It has to be accessible. And a lot of times access often comes at a compromise. And so having actually how I got into bottling juice was that very reason, is that I needed to have it, just to grab it quick, and, be able to drink it, on the go. Because it was really hard for me to, have fruit in the classroom, or
you can't just grab an apple and start chewing it.
Exactly. So that's really how I got into bottling, and then my coworkers started asking me about the juice, and that's really how the business was born.
Okay. Wow. I love your story, and I love your voice.
Oh, thank you.
People tell you that your voice is very it's very it's your teacher voice probably, but you have a very soothing, very calming voice. So I imagine, if you were to share this exact same story, right, while you are prepping one of your favorite juices. I hear it's the golden, what is it?
Gold carrots.
Gold carrot, gold
Mm-hmm.
carrot juice. While you were prepping this particular juice with, your ingredients out, and someone's just like, it's almost like a B-roll type of thing, but you're sharing this exact story because, what's the percentage of female teachers? Do you know?
I do not know right off the
Pretty high, I'm
bat, but
sure.
actually we're a majority.
Majority, yeah, right?
It's typically a women
Yeah, it's
profession,
like a women
typically women
dominated,
profession.
yeah, industry or profession.
Men, yes. So
Yeah. So
men.
a lot of women could really resonate with this, especially being busy, compromising, like you said, compromising health for accessibility,
Mhm.
always, having that one little 30-minute window to catch a break, go to the bathroom, get your lunch, all the things, and not having that time to focus on your health.
Absolutely.
Sharing that story. Oh, and that's also what we tend to think that, I have to do something different, or I have to do something on trend, where you really don't. Sharing that story over and over and over and over again, so that people remember you as not just the cold pressed juice lady,
Mm-hmm.
but wait a minute, I'm a busy woman. I've got to do. I too am sacrificing my health so that I can, be in the boardroom, or so that I can be in the meeting room, or so that I can be in the classroom. These are actual women that are out there that need this exact story. No fluff, none of it, but this exact story. So it's actually quite simple. It's actually quite simple. And you mentioned creating a structured pitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how you do it again, and we'll kind of reverse engineer it. Okay. So if
Um,
I come up to you and I'm like, hey Danielle, what do you do?
um, I make a
Okay,
natural cold
stop.
press juice.
Stop.
Okay.
Time. The moment I said, okay, Danielle, what do, you went. uh,
That's the hard part, talking about what I do.
okay.
That's the hard part.
Okay. So um, one of the main things people like to think about, especially when they're buying anything, or when they're paying anything, whether it's paying you attention or paying you money, they want to know what's in it for me. So one of
Absolutely.
the quickest ways to bring that down is actually to ask them a question. So if you're talking to a woman, you can say, let me ask you a question. What do you do? And then I would say, oh, well, I'm in real estate. I'm also a business consultant. I'm, pretty busy. That sounds pretty busy. What's your work day look like? Oh gosh, I mean, I don't know. I work maybe 12, 14-hour days. Interesting. You know what? That was me. And
Mm-hmm.
what I do now is I create cold pressed juices for busy women like yourself, who, if you're talking about a 12 to 14-hour day, it's most likely you're compromising your health in some ways.
Absolutely.
And so I created these cold pressed juices specifically for women's health. It targets, vitamin deficiencies. It targets things like, perimenopause and premenopause, all the things. I'm making this part up, but you know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
right? And then because now they're thinking, oh, this is about me. And then you don't have to feel like you're coming in cold. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try it
Okay.
again. Okay. Hey Danielle, what do you do?
I make cold pressed juice, natural cold pressed juice for busy women like yourself.
Do you know what I do?
Tell me, what do you do?
Ah, yes. 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 Absolutely. Okay, so well, before I tell you what I do, tell me what you do. And then that, because again, like I said, it's turning it back on them, and it's bringing that defense down. And
Okay.
people love talking about themselves. When you are inquisitive and you're genuinely asking, about that person, they're happy to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They are truly happy to tell you. Okay. Um, so moving on to, so when you ask them, okay, what it is that you do, and how I just explained, I, you know, I'm in real estate. I'm a business consultant. I work, 12, 14-hour days. Wow. That was actually me. I was actually in education. I was a teacher, and my days looked like XYZ. And this is why I created the Taste Juice Bar. And I create cold pressed juices specifically for busy women like yourselves, so that we don't have to compromise on health and accessibility.
Absolutely.
Um, and then you can kind of go in and move forward with, can I tell you a little bit about what my favorite flavors are? Or you can even ask them, you know, um, do you juice? Like, are you into juicing or anything like that? You can ask them that. The more questions you ask, the better.
Okay.
Are you into juicing, or are you familiar with juicing? That's a good one. Are you familiar with juicing? Um, and then you say, not the store brand, not the store bought kind, because how familiar. And then they say, oh, even if they say this could be an objection for you. And sorry, my brain is running 1,000 miles a minute. So don't worry, you can watch this back on YouTube. But
Okay.
if they say something like, oh yeah, I buy juices all the time at XYZ store, or this smoothie shop up the street. Oh really? How familiar are you with what they put in there? And then they say, oh, wait a minute, what do you mean?
I actually have this conversation very often.
Dude. And see, you can go, I actually have that conversation very often, and then they're going to say, oh really, tell me more, because I've been spending XYZ on getting a smoothie after my workout. Maybe that's not the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move from there. Hey y'all, people are joining, people are giving fire emojis, all the things. They love you, Danielle.
Hi everyone. I can't see the chat. The chat stopped moving,
Did
so
it stop? Okay,
I can't see.
that's okay. People are just giving fire and heart emojis and things like that. We love
Okay.
it. Okay, so when you approach it that way,
Mm-hmm.
how does that feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being I don't like it, 10 being okay, I can see this, I can see pitching in this way. How does that feel right now?
That feels great. Because it actually kind of happens naturally, and that's really how most of the conversation happens. It just kind of comes up naturally. I
Yeah.
do exactly what I did with you, and I tell the story, and I'm able to, you know, tell more about myself and the brand,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that when I'm having conversations with women.
Yes.
So that works.
Okay, good. So let's talk a little bit about your target audience. So
Mm-hmm.
with Command the Stage, I
Mm-hmm.
talk about the hero. And the
Yes,
hero is one person. If anybody's been watching Pitch Perfect for a while, they hear me talk about the hero all the time. And right now, your woman is age 28 to 48. And I
mm-hmm.
think you and I can both agree that a woman that is 28 years old is not in the same moment of life than a woman who is 48 years old.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to narrow that down a lot more. I want to visualize this woman even more,
Uh-huh.
because if we do that, it's going to help you speak to her a lot, more, with a lot more clarity.
Absolutely.
She's gonna be able to identify herself like that. It's not gonna be a kind of a free for all, and you'll be able to, as you're going back in Instagram and posting, you'll be able to speak to this one hero. and she'll
Mm-hmm.
show up for you every time. So let's talk about her a little bit. So you said she's 28 to 48. How old is she for real?
Well, if I can kind of give a little insight of why I picked that age range in
Okay.
particular, I picked that age range because I wanted to reach women before they hit major life milestones, turning 30 and turning 50. I was coming across a lot of women that before, they turned 30, their health wasn't really much of a concern.
Mm,
They didn't have a whole lot of issues, and then after turning 30, it's like you have to give up a lot of things. You have
okay.
to eliminate stuff. You have
Yes.
to, like after I turned 30, I had to change my whole face cleanse
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Yep.
And so, and the same with women before they turn 50,
Mm-hmm.
before, we're talking perimenopause, menopause, and,
Yep.
you're dealing with body changes.
Yep.
If you're able to make, a lot of lifestyle and health changes before those two major milestones, it helps the transition a whole lot better.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Would you rather get the woman that is kind of doing a preventative measure, or someone who's doing a a management?
Hmm. That's a great question.
Like a preventative would be, hey, before you hit these milestones, turning 30. A management is, okay, we're here. We're in perimenopause. Perimenopausal. I'm sweating now. I'm hot right now. Woo! This is what happens when you're in your 40s. Anyway,
Mhm.
um, you know, and getting mammograms and all of those things. Or you
Absolutely.
want somebody who is more of the early adopter. I want to make sure that my lifestyle is.
That's a great question. I would say maybe preventative because
Because and I say that because if you're while you're thinking about it, that the preventative talk is a lot different than the management and maintenance kind of talk, right?
absolutely. Because
Okay.
I meet a lot of women that are all in the management phase,
Mm.
and
And they kind
um,
of wish they would have known.
absolutely, and they wish they would have been preventative because now it's like, oh, I have to get major surgery.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, you know, I meet a lot of women that are recommended to get hysterectomies. I met a really, really young
Hmm.
woman. She was probably 24, 25. And
Wow.
she's like, oh, I'm considering getting a hysterectomy because she had PCOS
Yeah.
and fibroids. And I'm like, whoa, like
Okay.
you are young.
Yeah. That's
Like
really
I
young, right?
understand, you're probably going through a lot of pain, dealing with, PCOS and fibroids, but that is
Yeah.
you know, a
That's,
major surgery. Is extremely invasive.
yeah.
They don't always tell you,
What the
the after
recovery
effects,
is, all that. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
so I feel like if we start talking preventative, then we can avoid the big the big the major decisions that come with having to have like a life-changing surgery. um and I come across a lot of women that have to make that decision.
Okay. Okay. And you do know all of the wording and the language that you have to use so that people know that you're not a medical like doctor and all the things.
Yes.
Okay, great. So just letting everybody know on here, she does know how to say all of that, but also being able to educate from your field and your perspective. And your
Absolutely.
got it. Okay, great. So if we're at the age where we are deciding to adopt this lifestyle prior to turning 35, maybe she's 30. This woman is 30. You said it yourself. When I turned 30, things started happening, things started changing, and I knew that I needed a life change.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself is a whole pitch, because there are women every year who are turning 30 or who are in their early 30s who know exactly that point where it was like, dog, I could stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning. And now if it ain't 11 o'clock and I am exhausted, like,
11?
right. Well, listen, I be in bed at
9:30,
9:45, I'm out. But
I don't know that life
people are
anymore.
asking me like, is there a party happening? I'm like, they're like, come at 9. I'm like, PM? No, I'm in bed. What are you talking about?
If I don't leave the house by 8:30,
We're done. Day
I'm
party's
not
only.
leaving.
Day
I'm
party's
not
only. I
leaving.
don't day parties. The sun must be out. Yes, absolutely. but when you're talking to this young lady, and again, we're specifically looking at our hero. Let's say she's 30. And it's not that we're ignoring the women that are, in their 40s, in their later 40s. But if you're talking to this 30-year-old woman, what does she need to know? And if you're really thinking about it from a business perspective, if you get this woman who now has buy-in at 30, then for the next 20 years, she is a loyal client of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, someone, who maybe has less life to live.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, unfortunately, I'm a lot closer to 50 than I am 20. But she now has that time to be educated, to be nurtured by you, to and to understand what the Taste Juice Bar does for her. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes
Again,
sense.
we are not ignoring any of these other ladies, but when we identify who that hero is, then we're able to target our messaging and make it a lot clearer, and make the person that we're talking to, make them care. Because at the end of the day, we need them to buy.
Yes.
We want them to buy. Okay. Any questions on that? Anything where you like, I don't know, Nicci?
No, that makes perfect sense. My range, I kind of expanded the range after going through business incubators and accelerators and things like that.
Okay.
But it makes perfect sense. I remember like watching a lot of business shows in the 90s, and they were telling everybody, do not niche because you're not going to make any money. Right? And now it's like niche. Like you have to niche
the riches are
completely
in the
down.
Yeah, the riches are in the niches. That's what, like,
absolutely.
Truly.
And I always think of Walmart, because like remember Walmart in the 90s had everything. It was like a one-stop shop
for everything.
Yes. You can get your keys made.
Yep.
You can
get baby formula in your tires. Yes.
Exactly. They had everything in one spot. Mm-hmm. And now even Walmart is starting to niche down and starting to get rid of some things and actually focusing on doing certain areas a lot better.
That's so good that you brought that up. And I never knock, what other businesses and things like that are doing. I just know what works for me and what works for my clients. And when you focus on that one hero, they are able to do one of two things. They're either able to say, yes, what she has is definitely for me, or number two, they're able to say, you know what, this one is not for me, but I know 3 people that I care about that I can send to her and she can help them. And that's all we're trying to do. That is all we're trying to do. We're trying to say, oh, they can definitely help me, or B, you know what, they can't help me, but I know 3 people that they can help. Mm-hmm. And that's key. And when your messaging isn't clear, when you're all over the place, you never have to talk to a man, ever. You never have to talk to a man. That is not who this product is for.
Right.
He's not going through perimenopause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a uterus. If you own a uterus, this is for you. By the way, I have to introduce you to Artisha Rawls of the Uterus Bar. Y'all, we're going together like this. If you don't know her,
her. Yes, we've done vendor events together, but I do
Good.
need to connect with her.
Good friend of mine.
Um,
Yes.
yes, I do need to connect with her in the work that she does.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked, but
Okay.
I've kind of gotten out of, out of certain spaces, so we haven't crossed
Understood.
paths in a while, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Understood. Okay. Oh, we got 6 minutes left. Okay. Well, good. And see, that's the other thing. You know, when your hero is very clear, you know exactly the places that you need to be. Uterus
Hmm.
bar makes so much sense because what you have is specifically for women, for people who own uteruses. That's
Hmm.
it. And then you don't have to work as hard when you know specifically who you're talking to and specifically who your messaging is for. You don't have to work that hard. You just know, you just jump into the mind of your hero and think, okay, what is her issue today?
Hmm.
What is she worried about right now? If she's had a long day, what could I say to her that could help in this moment?
Hmm.
And you answer those questions, and that is what you post. That is how you speak. That is how it doesn't, it doesn't even have to be a video. It could be a picture of your best-selling juice and talking about what it's like to work a 12-hour day and feel that drain.
So my best selling juice is called Beet Drop. It's a beet juice.
All right.
And I it's actually a surprise bestseller because typically a lot of people do not like beets.
I
But
know.
actually, I started my brand with beets because if you've ever dealt with, heavy periods or anything like that, they'll say beets, 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 beets. So I started it actually, Beet Drop started as a beet
Beach.
smoothie,
I love that. I love the
and then
name.
it transitioned into a juice.
Wow.
Um, and I tell women all the time, it's very good for anything with the blood pressure, blood flow.
So
It
if
is
you're on, if
also,
you're, sorry, gentlemen, if you're on your period,
yes,
they like you could order what you need for the week.
absolutely.
I love this, and this is a surprise bestseller. This is amazing.
Hmm.
Do you have that on your website? I didn't see it because I definitely saw the gold.
It's on there. It's on there in a half gallon and a gallon form. It also comes in the cleanse. So Beet Drop and Gold Carrots are part of the 1, 3, or
The
4 and
okay,
5 day cleanses as
yeah,
well.
okay, okay. But do you have something specifically for like that time of the month?
Yeah, so Beet Drop in particular, I always recommend. Also, Don't Kill My Vibe. It's my kale juice.
Your
Um,
names are brilliant, by the way.
Thank you. You get 25% of your iron needs in one 12-ounce bottle.
Oh, I love
And if if you're, during that time, you
it.
need your iron. That's
Yeah.
why a lot of us are anemic. That's why a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are, like I said, nutrient deficient.
Uh-huh.
And we have to take iron. The issue with taking iron is that they don't tell you that iron needs help being absorbed.
Ah,
So you have to
that's
have
true.
other things surrounding that iron so that your body can actually absorb it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you, I love all of this. I don't see it on your website. I see the 1 day, the 3 day, the 5 day.
Hmm.
I see the 6-pack sampler. I see the gallon juice. Yep. And I see the half gallon juice.
Absolutely.
If you had a time of the month juice situation,
Okay, I like that.
just I don't know what you call it. Somebody in the comments, if you got something, give me a time of the month. I'm just saying time of the month. You could say, uh the flow package, whatever. I don't know, but something
Well,
specifically, because I mean we're talking business here, okay?
hmm
12 times at minimum that somebody would order that.
hmm
And you just said all the things that it does for you. So it would be the beet drop. And then what'd you say about iron?
Don't kill my vibe. It
Don't
has
kill my vibe.
it
So
have
if we could
25% of your iron needs in one bottle.
come on. Somebody said I need that right now. Right? I mean, I don't know of somebody that's doing that. Again, if you're specifically for women, be for women.
Absolutely.
We
That's a
put all
great
these juice
idea.
places and all the things. Girl, you're for women. You're for women. So, honey, it's that time of the month. You know what you need. This is what we have. We order it now, put it on subscription. We will ship it to you. And then, add a little something, cute for our little time of the month, Ask some of your best clients, if I turn this into like a monthly subscription thing where this is what you get, it's automatic, but it helps with this. Is there something else you would need? A water bottle pack. It could be just something that is obviously within the cost of putting it all together, but a cute
Maybe
little
like
gift
castor oil packs or like a heating pad or something like that.
or something new every month that doesn't cost you a whole lot. But and now I am, I'm at least taking care of that time of the month because Taste Juice Bar is for women. Taste Juice Bar is for people with uteruses. Oh no, guys, my watch is going off. But what do you think about that?
I love that. That's actually really amazing. And now my wheels are turning.
Are your wheels turning?
Because I think that's a great idea.
So are mine. I'm flabbergasted right now. I'm so excited. Lean into this. Lean into you said off top is for women. You said off top is for uterus owners. Okay. Shoot, call up Artisha and say, hey, what would this look like? This is what these two juices do during this time of the month. What else would women need? Reach out to some of your clients. What else would you need? And without taking it too far away from what you specialize in, which is the juice. Like don't make it too complicated, but that time of the month, like special girl, put that up there and talk about it. See, because that's one thing, you're talking about busy women with careers, all that stuff. We've been talking about that, but the one thing that makes us different is the fact that every month it's gonna come, regardless. And how many times do we feel sluggish, bloated, tired? We know our iron's low. We know it, and we are most of the time putting ourselves on the back burner for whatever reason, or we're just not, it's just not at the forefront when it needs to be at the forefront, and you have the solution for it. I hope this has helped.
It's helped a lot. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. This was fun. Oh, somebody said, consider adding a ginger tea to the package.
Ginger tea.
Something to think about. Custom packages. Oh, see, now people are coming in. Custom packages. Also, I can use iron and beets and have a few kiosks. And on the base and the VA hospital that I want to focus on wellness, baskets, and collaborating would be great. Thank you. The Elevator Club _ the Elevator Club _ Thank you. Oh, we love it. Oh, I love it in here. I love it in here. You guys are the best. Okay. Before we go, Danielle, tell everybody where they can find you, how they can reach you.
Absolutely. I'm on Instagram at Taste Juice Bar LV.
And then your website too.
My website is tastejuicebar.com.
Yay. Okay, y'all. Listen, go follow her. Go shop her juices, y'all. She's got a 1-day, 3-day, 5-day cleanse. Just a heads up, Danielle, New Year's is coming up. We all know people love
Yes.
these New Year's resolutions. So just
And
pack that.
I will be having discounts on my cleanses as well. So I'll be doing 20% off cleanses for the new year.
Okay.
For those that want to, cleanse after the holidays, we usually kind of put on an extra 10 pounds during the holidays.
Woo, that's a lot.
And my 5-day cleanse, actually,
Okay.
you can lose up to 10 pounds on the 5-day cleanse. So that can give you a head start on resetting after all that holiday binge eating that we do.
That's a great reset. And 20% off just the 5-day cleanse, right?
It'll be 20% off all cleanses. So 1, 3, and 5.
Girl. Okay. I'm looking at these prices. We'll have to talk later.
Okay.
Okay. That's another conversation. You ain't got to discount everything. Girl, you are the solution. You ain't got to discount everything. You are the solution. We'll talk about that another time. This was so awesome, though. You are amazing. Blessings and good luck with everything. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hey, listen, if you want to be on Pitch Perfect Live, listen, Danielle is still alive, okay? I don't bite. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time in here. If you want to be on the next Pitch Perfect Live, again, we're booking in 2026, y'all. January 2026. Every Tuesday. I will be here 6 p.m. But here's the thing. I will not be here next Tuesday. I'll be on stage for Christmas, okay? But I will be back the following week. So we will bring in, we'll be at the end of the 2025 year. So I won't be here next Tuesday. I'll post something anyway. Don't worry about it. But the following day, and I feel like that's the 30th, but don't quote me on it. Let's see. Other than that, join the green room. It's free right now. Go on in, join the green room. I am posting that in my stories, so take a look at that. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a blessed Christmas. Anything else I'm missing? I can wish you Happy New Year in 2 weeks, so don't worry about that. But you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you, Danielle. You are awesome.
Thank you so much for doing this.
All right, bye everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.